got gas? We do right now.
We do.
We are heading to Shipshewana, and we are going to a refrigeration place that converts your two-way fridge. We just want to show you guys what that's going to look like, and let's go from there. So, you ready to rock?
Let's rock.
It's a goat farm.
Did you just go, yay?
I did. This is a big old farm. They have basically full hookups here. Well, no, they don't have dump stations, but they have
a dump station.
Never seen a harvest hose with this many hookups. Water and electric is provided, and it's a donation. Okay, so I put in a thermometer in the refrigerator, so 39 degrees. This says 37. Not sure which one's correct, but 2 degrees off.
It's going to look very different tomorrow. So we are changing this out from an absorption fridge, which is the gas electric you get with most RVs, to a 12-volt compressor, so it will run strictly off of the batteries. And the reason we're doing that is because, one, they didn't offer it when we ordered this, so that's why we upgraded to the gas fridge, because we do want the boondock. But with the solar now, we can run down the road now without the propane on, and without any fear of having to worry about stopping, shutting off propane to go through a tunnel. This thing will always be running as long as we have power storage on our batteries.
Moving.
Yeah. Didn't even slow down for this town. Wow, the traffic in these places is crazy.
After 1,000 feet, turn left and then you will reach your destination.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
People in there. So Aaron's working on our rig. Already something I did not know is that the 12-volt lines running to our gas electric fridge aren't big enough to support a compressor. He said he needs 10.6 volts, and those lines only support about 9.5 to 10 volts. And we had 10 volts coming through it because of our lithium. So he's got to run a whole new line, 12 volt, from here to the batteries. Something I didn't know already. And so he's running a new wire that can handle the load. He's going to run it from here all the way to the front. That's what it looks like in the cabin here, without the fridge. Okay, so this is the actual compressor part that's going in for the absorption part. As you notice, we got two double compressors at the bottom. So because of our fridge being a 4-door fridge, and they put a double compressor, one for the top, one for the bottom.
These guys are so super efficient.
They're going at it.
We got the refrigerators laying on the face, and so it's kind of scary to see your refrigerator look like that, but I think in the long run we're going to really like it.
Yeah, it's going to be helpful in the long run. Plus, they don't only do refrigeration here, they do solar. If you're interested, they do Victron stuff. I've already talked to them about putting a Victron inverter in down the road.
We are in the heart of the beautiful Amish country. It's just a beautiful area, but we want to share some of the things that are like big to come to this area and do. I know one of the things is a donut shop that we've been to before. But what we're going to do on that is we're going to list it in our description because we feel like the video is going to be detailed enough about our refrigeration conversion.
All these old absorption parts for the fridges down their final resting place. So we brought the wire down underneath. You can see the wire hanging right there. See it hanging. They are running it to the back and all the way up front underneath. Right up in there through our propane area. There. Came up through, went in there, which drops in right here with our batteries. That will be a strong enough wire to handle the load that will take in. And if you're curious, double compressor, which we have because we have the Dometic SM130M or something like that, the 4-door Dometic. It'll be about a 12 to 13 amp draw. You know, with 200 amp hours, divide that by 12, 13, that's how long it will last in a boondocking situation. If you didn't have solar, solar will keep the batteries charged. So it's just something we got to pay attention to as well. Now we're really going to put these batteries to the test. So. I was just putting a breaker in, so if for any reason we pop the breaker before anything destroys any the compressor for any reason.
I'll just give you a little run through. You know, as you've seen, we get all our tubing in the bulk. It gets prepped, things get added to it, brackets, like your heat exchange, your boiler itself. Well, actually, here's a boiler. This is what a boiler looks like. This will get bent into this. And then the paste gets added, but then your actual pump tube is right here. That's what pumps the ammonia to the top through heat.
Okay.
It's like a coffee percolator. You have a tube that sticks down into the water, you heat it from the bottom, and it pushes the water up to the pump.
To the top.
Same principle.
Gotcha. And this is for a gas electric, not the 12 volt?
You're right. This is for the gas electric.
Okay, so you do both here.
Yep. Yep, we do.
So what type of fridge would you convert to gas electric, just like your normal?
Well, like yours.
Oh, mine.
We make a unit for the gas electric as well.
So
It's upgraded from what you have.
okay, so it's a better unit. So we were the last 2 weeks when we went camping, we were been about 43 degrees on our temperature because our gas electric wasn't
but
working great.
It's about 5 degrees off.
Yeah.
Yep. And once you hit the summer months, from June through September, that's when you separate the boys from the men.
Right.
The ones that are medium will get changed out, added to new ones.
And that's why people come to you.
It can be assembled. Got all the spare parts and stuff on it. We have a jig we lay it into, and it comes out the other end like this. That's what it looks like when we're done.
Awesome. What's the total time for the whole process?
We do 14 a day.
Okay.
By the time we start the process, by the time it gets to our warehouse, it's 3 weeks.
Gotcha.
So the unit being started till we get it. So that means if we run out of something in the warehouse, it takes 3 weeks for it to go through the process to get there.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Which can get ugly because we need it today.
You need it yesterday, right? So JR, you mentioned you guys were moving this facility or the install facility.
Yep.
How far is it going to be from here?
2 miles.
2 miles from here.
2 miles.
Okay, so will that be put on your website?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
That'll be posted.
When
That's
is-
something we've been struggling with, you know, we do manufacturing here, and we're still growing, but we also like to do the installations of it, just so we stay on top of changes that are coming, changes that need to be made. Well, we can easily change it here if we just know. But if we send something out and something's different, something changed out in the field, and we never found it out, then we can't. Then it needs to trickle back, because this is the beauty of it. So if we have our own install facility, we can change with the market,
Right.
the needs, the wants, and the styles of refrigerators that come out.
Awesome. And you guys also do, which I wouldn't have guessed because it's JC Refrigeration, you do solar installs.
We do.
Okay.
That came with actually my eldest son, Jeremy. He's the one who invented these compressor type units.
Your son Jeremy did.
My son Jeremy, and he's not here. But
Okay,
anyway.
well,
And then we have Aaron. He bought into it as well. Jeremy did as well. But Aaron, when he came into the business, he brought in the solar and the batteries, the Victron products,
Okay.
and the Battleborn products.
awesome. And you guys are going to be at the Hershey show
We
in
are.
September. We're going to be there as well.
We are.
But anybody out there is going to be at the Hershey show, check out JC Refrigeration. Will you have a booth?
Yep.
Find them, check them out. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all.
Yep. This is our paint room.
Oh, nice.
This is my two sons as well. He's Luke. He's all the way in the back. He's the one who puts the foam packs on them. Those foam black slide inside the fridge. And this is Micah. He's the one who paints them. Paints and tests them. They get dipped in like a rubberized paint.
The whole thing is good.
Yep, the whole thing is dipped.
Awesome.
It's a very
Yeah.
expensive paint, but it's known to keep up.
And that's a lot of insulation reasons as well, or just,
You mean as far as the?
well, it helps insulate the pipes? Or
Well,
is that,
no, it helps keep the moisture out of it. Right. It insulates the pipe so it doesn't start rusting.
Okay, gotcha.
Starts rusting too. This is our test room, and here again, this is not anything beautiful. Today is actually cleanup day, and so he hasn't been through here yet, and I'm kind of ashamed to show this, but this is basically our test room. This is where they get charged, tested, and this room will get 85 degrees. We run them through a heating process. So this, if they don't cut the mustard here, they won't cut the mustard in the field. So they get jerky. She's our front desk lady.
Yep.
She's school teaching today. Jeremy does all our 3D printing. So we make all our own parts. Maybe I'll get these going again by the time we come back. I'll show you a little bit what you've seen 3D printers.
I've seen them. I've not seen them in action, but I've
Okay.
seen them. Oh, I see
I'll
one
get
down there.
these-
It's working.
Yeah, I'll get these switched out.
Now, what do you make with these?
Well, actually, the controller that you're going to get, which is this, we
Okay.
print these out. And so my wife makes these together. This is part of it. We also make little relay boxes to, oh my, it's endless. We make
All the
endless parts.
Yeah, all the plastic parts that you
All
have
the
to go
plastic
through.
parts
Yep.
we have, and then Jeremy has
The
a
spools.
tendency to play. He likes to keep things. He likes to play with things. He even makes these little things for kids. Like here's one. He's got a little combine on the inside
Oh, nice.
printed out.
That's so cool.
The wheels go and everything.
Oh, wow.
It's all been printed out.
Man, the detail is so crazy for it that small. That's insane.
Oh, here's the jet.
Okay.
It's got
The wings move,
Got movable wings.
It's like F-18. All right, so what you just saw was the tour of the place, and JR took us all the way through. But one thing I didn't know is they make the gas electric absorption side as well to replace the ones that come on your rig if you get gas electric, because they are not,
Built to withstand
they're not
time.
built good. They're just not built well.
You know, the reason why we are here is because in the heat of the summer, We could heat up to in the high 40s in our refrigerator, just driving down the road a couple
And
hours.
it's literally
Yeah.
a year-old fridge.
Aaron was explaining the only maintenance that you really have is this sits outside in storage. The fins do get very dusty and caked on the
So
dirt.
clean 'em.
So keep those clean to keep it efficient. So
Okay.
we store it
It's nice to
indoors,
know.
but we will still probably keep an eye on
Yeah, because
those.
it gets dusty inside there too.
Sure.
So. But yeah, very cool tour. Explained a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour of it
Yeah.
with JR. He's wow. And one
Yeah.
thing I don't know if you know this,
His
12
son.
volt compressor. His son designed it. His other son, he's
Jeremy.
not here.
Okay.
Jeremy designed it and created it, and they have a patent. They're the only one that does it. So it makes sense because I'm like, I asked him. I said, why doesn't Morad or Lippert do this? And then it dawned on me, well, it's because you guys hold the patent. So very cool.
Yeah, it's a great place to come if you need this conversion done. We stayed at a Harvest Host nearby the night before, so we were close by. And they do 3 appointments typically a day, up to 5 a day for
Yeah.
just the refrigeration side of things.
But I think the total cost would be around $1,800 for just the replacement and for them to install it. And I think you would want them to do that because I would have never thought to check my 12 volt wiring to make sure it was big enough to handle the load for the compressor. I would have never thought that. So
Yeah, not really something you want to mess around when it costs that much, you know, if you mess it up.
Because this is something Myron's been working. Actually, we all kind of work together on this one. Me, Jeremy, and Myron. And it's been a long journey, but we're excited. It's getting together. We're just Sam is ready to start production. This is August the whatever of 2023, and we're very close to getting ready for production. It's a 12 volt. It's a 12 volt fridge.
Wow.
And it's got independent. It's got a double compressor, so we got the fridge controller of itself, and we got a freezer controller of itself. Although you can control temperatures off of each one.
you guys have designed this the whole 9 yards.
We did. That's the freezer, top freezer basket, and then your bottom freezer basket. Runs off a 12 volt.
Off your coach batteries.
Yes.
Basically,
Just like the
same
compressor.
cooling system, basic concept as what we're putting into on the HVAC systems right now. I guess you're putting in a 12.
Yes.
12 volt.
Yes. Nice. And when do you expect this to be ready, or?
We
For market?
actually are installing them as we speak,
Oh,
but
nice.
just kind of onesie twosies,
Uh-huh.
feelers. You know, as we talked about
See how they go.
earlier,
Yeah.
that we like to install, have our own hands-on installs because of changes, and so we can make changes if need be. And so when we ship these out to the customer or to the dealer, we want to know it. Then we can know exactly what he's looking at. If he calls in and says, "Hey, how about this or this?" Well, yeah, then we can know what he's looking at.
Sure.
If we don't install it here first, we don't know.
Got you.
So we're installing as we speak. It's a low production at this time. As far as the fridge is ready. As far as the marketing and the installation part of it, we're just feeling our way.
Gotta get through that. I feel you. I
A
understand.
growth like this is good. A growth like this is not good.
Yeah.
So we like to creep into things.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, that's awesome. Thank you.
So the last bit of this test will be that we have to leave it set here for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just want to verify everything's working correctly.
Just a little fact that the two-way refrigerators take up to 24 hours to get cold. These 12 volts get cold within 4 hours.
They'll
So,
be at full temperature in 4 hours is what
Yeah.
they were saying. But that's what their system is so much better than what you're getting from Dometic if you get a 12 volt. Great people. I mean,
oh yes.
incredibly good people to talk to. Just get to know them. They care about what they do. Definitely go keep an eye on this fridge, see how it reacts. The last couple weeks we've been camping, the fridge wouldn't get below 43 degrees.
JR's wife, and she made us a batch of cookies. I'm so excited.